We're going to get started here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started here in just a moment. So I appreciate everybody for being on here. I'm just getting everything organized here. We're going to start about 2 minutes after the hour, and then we'll probably only need about maybe 30 minutes of your time, and that's it. Very simple way to make money while we sleep. So just get ready for some great information, get ready to take some notes, and we will go from there. Get started in about a little over a minute. All right, we're going to get started here in just a moment. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for being on this live Zoom. I really appreciate it, taking the time out on this wonderful Saturday, time that you could be spending with your family. But I ask you to just give me a very short amount of time and we'll get right through this, okay? So the first thing I'd like to do is go ahead and just tell you a little bit about myself. Basically, the bottom line is I have a desire to have time and financial freedom. All right, and my entire goal is to do that by blessing other people. That's what I'd like to do. Bless as many people as I can. It's a fantastic way of having a great lifestyle when you can help others and help yourself at the same time. So that it's just so awesome to be able to do that, and that's the reason I love what I do. Okay. Let me see here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started right now. And um, we just need a very short amount of time. Okay. So we invite you to be a part of the most powerful, do nothing, passive income system you have ever seen. Now, I know there's a lot said there in that statement, but it's not just a bunch of words. There's a massive ecosystem, a massive company ecosystem, technology, systems, everything behind it, and also people, individual people that really care about other people. So, what I'd like to do is just get your full attention here. I ask you to give us 20 minutes so you can experience global, automatic, do nothing, 100% passive income. I mean, how awesome is that? Anywhere in the world, totally automated, do absolutely nothing on a daily basis and earn 100% and receive 100% passive income. Okay. That is awesome. Okay. To be able to have that kind of um, opportunity where you can make money while you sleep, while you travel, while you work your job. Okay. This is what this is all about. It's a lifestyle and it can get you out of that job if you wanted to. Okay. People with this opportunity, maybe David is going to speak here, my partner David. He's going to speak here and maybe he can talk a little bit about people that have left their job earning well in excess of 25,000 a month now, well in excess. Okay. We'll get into that. But I ask you to listen to this information. Okay. Don't be distracted. I want you to avoid all of the distractions that you might have. All right. Because every single word that I speak, one of those words might mean something to you. Okay, so I hope you'll pay close attention. And then, of course, get back to the person that shared this with you and establish your free account and then fund it. It takes less than, I say 15 seconds to get your free account. You put your phone number, your name and email address in there, put your password, you're done. Okay. And then so what you want to do is click the link below the video if you're watching a playback, or get back to the person that referred you so you can get that free account. Like I said, it takes no time, and you'll be glad you didn't let life get in the way of your dreams, your desires, your goals. Okay, so the reason I do this presentation is because I have dreams, desires, and goals for myself. And those dreams, desires, and goals that I have for myself include blessing people, sharing great information, that is changing my life, and it's already changing lives all over the planet with this. Okay, so let's get the basics. Now, while other opportunities, they get you to join them, and then you find out that you're going to have to, quote, do a lot. What do you mean? Well, you're going to have to create websites and capture pages, videos, email, texting campaigns, and all of that has to be able to convince people. It's got to be very, very good, convince them to click on buttons and continue, and then hopefully close the sale and make a purchase, right? Of whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Well, one of the things that I found out early on when the internet came out is that, yes, I was around before the internet, thank you. So one of the things I found out is that when you create a website or a capture page or videos, emails, nobody sees those. There's nobody that sees those. You have to become an advertising professional, and you're going to have to advertise in order to find people to go to your website and all those capture pages and everything, right? And then once you get a hold of the people and all of the everything, you have to become a sales professional. You're going to have the skills required to follow up via email, phone, text, and hopefully close the sale. Now, most people don't have the desire or the time to do all that. Now, we're different, okay? As much as possible, we eliminate most of the stuff that you have to, quote, do, right? We begin day one, the moment you get your free account and you fund it, as a do nothing 100% passive income source. Now, I'll tell you right now, the minimum to get started is a one-time $100. Okay? And if you desire to share this with others, you can do so. And you can receive even more money day after day, week after week, month after month. And it looks like this is indefinitely. This company has a 20+ year vision track record, and they've already been doing things behind the scenes way before 2 years ago, but they went public 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. I'm jumping the gun just a little bit. January 2024, okay? Now, when you share something with other people, a lot of people say, well, what do I have to do this and that and get this and that? Well, it's much easier when you share with them that this starts off as a do nothing 100% passive income project, meaning you don't have to do anything at all except get your free account, fund it, and let it grow. Let your deposit grow and grow and grow month after month, 218% a year. Then you're going to join our global co-op. All right. If you want to. Okay. If you want to share this with others, you can join the global co-op. That does everything to bring people who are interested in Excels to your email inbox, eliminating practically everything that you have to do with other opportunities. So there's 4 pillars. Number 1 pillar is passive income. Deposit $100 or more, get 18.18% every single month after month after month on whatever is deposited, right? And what's going to happen is if you didn't share with anyone, you just let it grow and grow, you're going to get a 4x on your deposit in 22 months or less. And I'll talk to you about the or less in just a little bit. Plus, there's residual income if you do share this with your other people. As people around the world join and make deposits, as they get their monthly ROIs, right, you're going to get 5% or more on their monthly ROIs every single month down to your level 10. And we'll basically level 10 is you refer someone, they refer someone, they refer someone, they refer someone, down 10 levels, okay? And then passive residual income. More ways to earn by building a bigger team because you have more people to talk to by joining our co-op. So first of all, pillar 1, 100% passively receive 18% a month. Now, most people would say, my God, if I could get 18% a year on my 401k, that would be awesome. Well, think about how awesome this is. 18% a month, okay? Deposit $100 or more and see for yourself, right? Now, We're going to be talking in this presentation about depositing $5,000. Most people, I mean, especially people that have money, they're like, I'm not going to do $100. I got to do at least 1,000 or 5,000 so I can see a return on my money. They want to see something more than like $18, right? So, $5,000 deposited, right? 18.18%. That's $909 monthly. This is without compounding and without referring a single soul. Okay. You'll have your original seed money back in 6 months or less, and then the rest of the 22 months is all icing on the cake, right? And then that also means you're going to be able to forex your money in 22 or less months, okay? And so basically at $5,000 in 22 months, that's almost $20,000, okay, in 22 months, okay? Without compounding and referring others. Now you can add more at any time, you can compound, you can refer others and get more, but and that's just that's the bare minimum, do nothing income, right? That's what we're talking about. Plus, most people are not going to keep this gold mine a secret. You can instantly receive 4% on your personal referrals deposits into their monthly plan. What does that mean? Well, if you have $5,000, you referred David. David put in 5,000 like he did back in January 2024, and you're going to receive $200 instantly. Well, how awesome is that? Well, guess what? You can take that deposit, move it right into your account, and start earning 18% on that, right? You have to have an active deposit in to earn any of these referral bonuses, okay? Now, you're also going to receive 5% or more on your global team's monthly rewards down 10 levels, like I said. So basically, you know, if you had $5,000 getting 18% every single month, that's $909 monthly. Well, 5% of 909, you from all of your team, okay, down 10 levels, as wide as it goes, okay, that's $45.45 monthly income. If you had 1,000 people, that's $45,000 a month for you. All right. And there's nothing coming out of their money. This is icing on the cake. It's already set aside for everybody to be able to receive these rewards. Again, you have to have an active deposit. So let's break down the referral rewards real quick. If everyone ultimately referred just 5 people who deposited $5,000 into the monthly plan. Now, one thing I want to mention is that they might not deposit 5,000 right off the bat, but there are accounts, and David might talk about that as well. He told me there's people with $1 million plus in their accounts getting hundreds of thousands of dollars month after month automatically. Incredible. So basically, if you just had 5 people that deposited the $5,000, you get $90.90 from each one of those. That's $454 monthly. Let me say something. I know people that have never earned money while they sleep. Okay. They've never been a part of something that can change right now with Exales. Okay. On level 2, if they simply referred 5 people each as well over time, it doesn't even have to be, next month, right? But let's just think about it. What if it is monthly, right? Well, on level 2, that is $1,136 monthly, more money, additional, plus the 454. All right. Okay. If they referred 5 people, I don't know anyone that wouldn't want to make 18% a month on their deposit every single month. There's really nobody that wouldn't want to do that. I don't know any single soul. And everybody can actually join because it's only $100. Some people put 100, 5,000, 10,000, whatever, and they start getting their monthly rewards, right? Look at this. Those 125 refer 5 people each. All right. That's $28,000 monthly. Okay. At 10 levels, I did the numbers. I'm like, wow, that's 10 million people. Well, forget all that. Okay. Let's go simply 1,000 people. 1,000 people at $5,000 deposited. That's the $45,000 a month for you. Okay, tremendous. All right. Now you think about being a part of our global co-op that could help your global team grow. Okay, we advertise. They're going to see a site just like the one you've seen. They're going to see a video kind of like this one, except I drive it home that they're witnessing passive income right when they're on the video, which is awesome. And then you guys get a portion of the leads. Everybody that signs up for the co-op, you get a portion of the leads, and that's the $45,000 can come to you sooner, right? So why join the co-op? Massive leverage. Okay, put your global team growth potentially on steroids. The goal is 25 plus leads per share. You get those leads. If you have one share, you get 25 leads, 2 shares, 50 leads, and 3 shares, basically 75 leads or more. Okay. The join goal is 10% or 2 people per share that are going to fund their accounts. Let's say they deposited the $5,000, like I said in this example, you're going to get an instant $400. But if you did 3 shares, that's $1,200 that you would get instantly, right? Monthly, $181.80. If you purchase 3 shares, that's $545 every single month in income for you. Okay. Now, if everyone buys just 1 share per week for 1 month in the global co-op, no more after that, right? Massive leverage. Okay. This is what you get. We already talked about that. 25. Okay. After a month, okay, you're looking at 4 shares purchased, right? And that's 10%, 2 people per share. That's 4 people. That's per week. That's 8 new members in a month. 8 new members. Now you're no longer, after a whole month, you're no longer, you could keep going if you want, but I'm just saying you're no longer in this example purchasing any more shares. Now your team is purchasing the shares. So those 8 after a month, they get 8. That's 64 new members. All right. And then those 64 purchase the co-op, 512 new members. Okay. Now 4,096 after month 4, 32,000 more after month 5, and then after 6 months, it's 262,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 299,000 members. Imagine if they all deposited $1,000 or more. Think about that. Okay. Let's go ahead and say 10% of that. That's 29,000 members. You're getting $45 a month, and that's over $1 million monthly. Okay. This is numbers. No matter what, numbers are numbers are numbers. If the numbers aren't exact here, this is just an example. I have no guarantees that this is going to happen for you, but the numbers are the numbers, okay? And I cut it down. 10% is actually, if you're getting 25 leads, that's 2.5. That actually rounds up to 3. I went down to 2, okay? Just to make it a little bit more, less, right? So $1 million a month in automatic monthly income, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, how in the world is this possible? So, in addition to the company being extremely profitable in many different ways, other than the one-time extra bonuses like the car bonuses, yes, we don't even discuss that here, but there is a car bonus. When you hit certain level, you get a car bonus. Okay. Monthly bonus to pay for any car you wish. Okay. Now, the referral bonuses are part of and not in addition to your passive monthly ROI. Therefore, the referral bonuses allow you to 4x your money in as little as a month. So basically, all of the extra, like that $1 million or the 45,000 we're talking to, that goes toward your 4xing of your money. So every month you can 4x, and then you deposit again, 4x, deposit again, 4x. I mean, incredible, right? Never ending process here. Incredible. So how else is this possible? Well, Excels is proven since November 2023 and prior privately. Okay. And they're profitable because the core corporate investors, they are members of the royal family in Dubai. They also do investing. They invest and they do trading. They do arbitrage trading. And they also have technology and blockchain investments, like they own 80% of the nodes on the Merlin blockchain. So when we're done with it, not now, when we're done with this presentation, go ahead, do a search for Merlin blockchain, and understand that they own I think they own more than 80% now, but let's just stick with 80. 80% of the nodes. What is a node? When you go into a grocery store or somewhere and you want to buy something with your card, right, or your phone, you swipe it on the machine. That's considered a node. There's a transaction fee that goes on with that node. This is a global node system. 80% of the nodes, okay, that handle all the transactions are owned by this company. And that's just more money coming in day after second, all right? Money coming in. And they also created and continue to purchase their own coin called Pond. Now, most people would say, heck yes, I'm going to get my free account, right? But you want to fund it as well, okay? You want to receive that 18.18% monthly on your money. You want to receive that 4x on your money in 22 months or less, as often as every single month. You want to receive thousands in additional referral rewards, which is going to allow you to get that 4x much sooner. All right. Is this real? Yes, it is real, ladies and gentlemen. David will talk about that. I hope he's on right now. It's solid and extremely profitable, okay? It has a 20-year vision plus, okay? They're not going anywhere, okay? So the good thing is the person that shared this presentation with you, they're going to hold your hand. They're going to help you with anything and everything. You get your free account, and then you can go ahead and fund it. We will help you. If they don't know, they reach out to us. We help. Okay, so you want to get started, click the link below the video if there's a link, and then if you're watching the replay, I should say, and then just get back to the person that referred you. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing here real quick. Back to my live screen here, and let me see. David, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here. How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing great. So, David, you saw, I was, wondering, maybe you could talk a little bit about people leaving their job, maybe how things are going for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, David saw this and got started early. He wish he would have done better, put more money in there. But he started and he decided that he was going to do this, and he did it right away. And lo and behold, it's just been an incredible experience. He loves this. He loves this project. Loves it. So, David, go ahead and share any information you have with the people, and then we'll call this a Zoom.
Yeah, absolutely, Lee. So yeah, just like Lee was saying, I heard about Excel's X Firm about a year and 10 months ago. I can't believe how fast it went by, but a year and 10 months before you know it, we're going to be celebrating the 2-year anniversary come January. There's a few events coming up, which is Barcelona, Spain next month, and then after that, I believe will be Texas come just November, December, and then of course you have the big event, which is the 2-year anniversary. But when I heard about it, I typically hear about things all the time. And if you've been in this space a long time, like I have since 2015, you kind of realize that a lot of these projects, companies are here one day and gone the next, and it becomes redundant. You don't know what's real, what's not. And you talk to these people who are behind these companies and you kind of vet them out, pick their brain. One thing that all of them had in common is they had all their T's crossed and I's dotted, and they knew the right things to say. They had the perfect PDF and the perfect website, but they're not here no more. On the other hand, when I was talking to the co-founders of Excels, they didn't have a PDF when I first got started. They didn't, their whole mission was to create an exchange. That's what their main focus was. They want to get in the stablecoin USDT and create an exchange for people to use. That's big business. If you go to Google right now, you can go, how much does Uniswap make a month? How much does Binance make a month? You type in any exchange, Google will tell you they make billions of dollars a year. So having that vision is very, very powerful, because these guys were not just looking at, they had a system that really worked where you're making daily, weekly, monthly earnings, right? And they said, if we could just bring in a community of people and compensate them for, sharing, but also to compensate them for, making a deposit, and they'll earn a certain amount, whichever package they choose. It was brilliant, because that's one way that they brought in a community for the exchange. Now, what recently they've sold over 6 million in validators and nodes. They've already sold over, I believe, 10 million in the token. XVI is their native token. So what Lee was talking about, there's a big ecosystem that goes way beyond just the 18.18% a month. Sure, it's hands-free. Sure, you have that's an amazing value that you get. But when you really look at the big picture and see what they did, you realize that it's brilliant how they designed it. Because when you have 22 months to stake, so if you make a deposit, keep it simple, $1,000, you're gonna, and assuming you don't refer anybody, you can go ahead and withdraw 18.18%. Well, if you do the math and you have $1,000 and you're only going to be staking for, and one of my questions was, why is it 18.18%? That's kind of funny. It's 18.18. Why not just a flat number? And he said, well, it's easy. We wanted to give somebody 4 times that amount. How do we do that? Well, it's simple math. If you do $1,000 times 18.18%, they're earning $181.80 a month. They could withdraw that. So if you do 181 times 6 months, you just made your $1,000 back, right? So you have 16 months remaining after that. So a total of 22 months. So if you do 181 times 22 months, you earned $4,000 exactly. So I thought that was brilliant. And then that's it. They don't pay you forever like all these other companies promise, because it's not sustainable. And the compensation plan, I said, well, why did you create, 10% level one and then levels 2 through 10, 5%? Because I'm used to all these other companies that have like 20 levels. And then, of course, once you start getting to, level 12, 15, 20, you're at like 1/4%, 0.5%, not even 1%, or sometimes 1%. But it's simple. He said, we had a budget and they ran the numbers and they said we could, pay out 55% to the field. And that's very, very generous. 55% is really good. Now you do the 10% level 1, 2 through 5, that adds up to 55%. So he said, it's simple math. Basically, if we have that much to give, why not just keep it simple? 10% level 1 and levels 2 through 10, 5%. I was like, that's genius. So, everything that they're doing it within thought and reason, and they wanted it to be sustainable. They wanted to be around for a long time, unlike all these other companies where it's a shiny object. I call it shiny object syndrome, where you get so caught up with 1.5, 2% a day, earning 60% a month, 40% a month. I mean, it's 18% a month. But here's the thing, guys: consistency wins. If you're just consistent with this, and I see a lot of people, Lee wanted me to go over some people that I've met, and I heard their testimony. Well, their experience is this: they're just focused on X sales, X firm, and all that they're doing is basically sharing it, and they're growing like crazy. And a lot of them have no experience. A good example is a gentleman who I just talked to the other day, Martin Ramirez. He was a mechanic, walked away from his job. He's withdrawing $35,000 a month right now. Probably more now. Every month that goes by, he gives himself a raise because there's more people joining. But you got to understand, he started with $1,000 deposit and he borrowed that money. So his testimony is very, very powerful. A lot of people the lives are being changed financially. So, focus on, just what you have with Excel's X firm. And I guarantee you're going to do very, very well. But it's just one of those things where it's different. It's not like anything I've ever been part of. Their exchange will be listed on Mexi and a few other exchanges come next month or the following month, but it's right around the corner. So that's very, very powerful. Now, this hasn't gone viral yet. I really feel it's going to go viral after that listing, because it's South America, so the Spanish market is really, really taking this on, and they're all in. However, if you're in the market where United States or other markets, they're untapped. So if you're a builder watching this replay, I highly encourage you to look at the compensation plan, dive into it, talk to Lee, talk to the person who invited you to watch this video, but really take advantage of it, because if you run the numbers, 55%, levels 10, levels 1, 10%, levels 2 through 10, 5%. You guys, that is just phenomenal, because you're earning passive residual income. You're not just getting paid one time, you're getting paid every single month. So basically what you do is you get paid every month when somebody earns, whether they're directly referred by you or they're indirectly referred by you on levels 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way to 10. So it's an amazing compensation plan where people are making a lot of money. And everybody has a different financial goal. I don't know what yours is, but this is a place to really plant your flag and say, look, 1 year and 10 months has gone by. I can't afford to miss another 1 year and 10 months. So, anyways, with that being said, Lee, I'm gonna send it back to you, my brother.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So, um, you heard it, David, he's been in communication with the owners. Matter of fact, the owner came out, had lunch with him way back in January 2024. The owner came out. I mean, how awesome is that, to California to have lunch with him? I mean, that's pretty awesome. But the bottom line is, he's been in contact with them day after day, talking to them. He's on top of all what's going on with the nodes and the events, and how things are going, and people with the deposits. Um, there are people, he didn't mention it, but there are people that have deposits of $1 million, and they're earning, the 18% on $1 million every single month. Okay. And there's people with more than that in here. Okay. So this is for everyone. $100 or more deposited, and you get going. You're rolling, okay? And that's all you need to build a team around the world to earn these passive incomes. Of course, you're going to have to increase your deposits so you can get those. It all goes towards your forexing. So we can work with you on that, but it starts with you, right? It starts with you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the Saturday. Enjoy your friends, family, and we'll catch you next Saturday. Go ahead and bring a friend on, and we're gonna record. We recorded this, so we're gonna have this playback here shortly. We'll post it. With that being said, I want to say thank you all for being a part of this live Zoom. I know people have lives, and I do appreciate your time. So let's go. Let's make it happen. Take care. God bless.